What's up, guys? Ian here, coach of your Ladner Lanturn, bringing you guys our Week 12 match, taking on TPB and the Daytona Tirtougas in WPL Season 8. If you guys have been following my WPL season, you'll know that this match doesn't matter at all in terms of my playoff chances, but it does matter for seeding. So I'm taking this one a little bit more seriously than the last two matches. Obviously, I live commed my match against Spanik and I live commed my match against Bax. Oh my god. Live commed my match against Bash. There we go. Both of those were meme matches, and I ended up coming out on top in both, actually. So I'd really like to secure first place in with this game. I can do that if I 4-0 or better. If I 4-0 or better, I will 100% lock myself into first place. But as long as I win, I lock myself into top 2, which is really the all I could ask for. Dodging Sohan right off the bat is what I'm asking for. But if I could get first place, then that's ideal, because then I can say that I've finished first place in the regular season, which is it's not bad. I've enjoyed my team so far. I think I've had some really good games. Maybe my losses, my loss to Sohan was definitely not preventable, but my loss to Lux was preventable, so there's not much I can do there. All right, let's talk about TPB's team. He's got the Tapu Lele Volcanion, Politoed, Tornadus, Gligar, Cradily, Mega Swampert, Jirachi, Omastar, Klefki, and Aselgor. He ended up bringing the Aselgor and the Torn. I wasn't expecting either of them, so there you go. I was definitely expecting Swampert and Jirachi and maybe Gligar. None of those came, so I never have to click HP Grass with Zapdos, which is great. Just have to click Thunderbolt. If you haven't seen the team builder, check it out. I'm not going to go through the sets this week. That's really up to you if you want to know what they are. And I'm just going to give a quick commentary because this was actually a really fast match. So I'm just going to lead with the Beedrill. Makes absolutely no sense not to lead with Beedrill. I know that Aselgor's a likely lead, especially if he wants to final gambit something. Could be really annoying. And Beedrill is a nice way to secure kills against his team. He's really got no Beedrill switch-ins. U-turn hits everything really well. My coverage is really good against his team, so no reason to not just lead Beedrill. So that's what I'm going to do, and I'm just going to click Poison Jab against the Aselgor here. If he Sash, then Final Gambit won't do anything. I am running max speed to speed tie this, but instead he's actually just going to drop, and so that's really cool. Politoed comes in. I'm going to Poison Jab the shit out of this as he misses a Hydro Pump, which might have mattered. It did matter. 100% did matter, by the way. Knowing his sets post-game, this is why we run Scald. Scald would have actually been able to kill me with his set. He's Specs, and it turns out, I'll spoil it now for you guys, he's actually 6 Choice Spec spawns, but that's not what I anticipated. I did anticipate the Lele to be Scarfed. I thought the Omastar was going to be White Herb Smash. I wasn't sure what to think about Tornadus, maybe Life Orb or something. Volcanion, I was definitely expecting Specs. Selgor, I was thinking was like a lead Sash Spikes sort of set with Final Gambit, something along those lines. And then Politoed, I was just expecting to be Damp Rock, but he is a Specs Politoed. And so missing that Hydro Pump really does matter because it means that Beedrill's in a bad spot. He's just going to preserve the Politoed for his range, which I was definitely expecting him to do to set up the Omastar later. So I'm just going to U-turn out on whatever he wants to switch in, or I can just kill the Politoed as it is the Volcanion. Again, it's pretty much no bulk Volcanion, so Garchomp can come in here and claim a kill with Earthquake. I don't really care all that much if the Torn comes in. See, the Torn is going to come in here, and it looks like it's... I wasn't actually really sure what to say about this one, because it looked like it was maybe Life Orb damage, but we're going to be able to get Dragon Claw damage off. The Confusion really sucks there, and then I'm going to be able to swap into my Zapdos here and eat another Hurricane, but he's going to confuse my Zapdos, so this really sucks. I can obviously live another Hurricane, and it's not guaranteed that he's going to hit one, so I'm just going to go for the T-Bolt, get some damage off on whatever I can, as it is going to be the Lele that he's going to opt to switch in here, and I'm just going to hurt myself with Confusion. That actually really sucks. Like, the Confusion on Zapdos really sucks because I could have maybe gotten a Roost off there and been able to switch into Tornadus again, or at least get some good damage off on the Lele here. So instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hard swap into my AV Drapion, built to take on Lele, and we will find out that it specs damage based on that Moonblast. I can still comfortably live 2, so I'm going to be able to get rid of his specs at the very least, which is cool because it means I can go into something else. Crit likely didn't matter because he's just going to kill me off, and then Beedrill's going to come in and revenge him with U-turn. Absolutely no reason to not just click U-turn here. I could have clicked, actually I could have clicked Poison Jab, but I was still kind of iffy on what the Tornadus' item was. I definitely could have clicked Poison Jab and just like kept claiming kills with Beedrill there, but I opted not to as I go into my Zapdos as the Politoed comes in. I figure depending on what his Politoed, I still don't know what his Politoed set is, but I'm just going to opt to kill it off. Obviously we know it's not Damp Rock, so maybe I was thinking maybe Resto Chesto on the Politoed at that stage, and Omastar's going to come in here, and we don't survive the Hydro Pump. So funny thing about the calc is that it likes to reset rain every single time, and it's really fucking annoying. So I was like, all right, well, guess Zapdos is dying here. I wasn't sure what set he was going to be. Maybe he misses a Hydro Pump. I was confident I lived in Ancient Power, but turns out he specs Omastar. So, he could have Ice Beamed me too. That would have also been a decent play. I'm going to go to my Reuniclus here, and this is where the calc resets the rain. I'm like, oh, look, I comfortably live a Hydro Pump from this Omastar, no problems, no problems. But with the rain, he's just going to absolutely blow me back because I'm not defensive at all, which really sucks because I would have rather gone Mimikyu there and preserve the Reuniclus. But Ghost UMZ is not going to kill this. I have to click a Wood Hammer. It's definitely a kill on the Omastar. And then, unfortunately, the Tornadus is not in range of Shadow Sneak yet. So I thought it might have been in range of Shadow Sneak. Sorry, I wasn't able to get an SD up, so it's not in range of Shadow Sneak, which means I have to sack something off. And I'm going to opt to sack off the Garchomp and then be able to bring in my Beedrill to kill it. Because that's like the only way that I win this game is by doing that. And then Beedrill is just going to be able to clean up another one. So Beedrill performed really well this game. Zapdos, not so much. I mean, Zapdos was really pressured by 6 specs. I was never able to get up agility. Unfortunately, Mimikyu wasn't able to do as much as I wanted them to. Not much you can do there as well. I would have loved to have set up an SD and just sort of wrecked face. Psychic Surge would have been annoying, which is why I was kind of playing around the Lele dying. Because I definitely would have been able to pick off some stuff later. But yeah, the Omastar in Rain was just like a gigantic problem. I knew it was going to be a problem if it was a Smash set in Rain, but yeah, that Reuniclus set did not work to the extent that I wanted it to. I might have been able to bring in Reuniclus on Politoed instead. Had I gone Reuniclus over Zapdos, I might have put myself in a better spot just being able to click Trick Room and then claim kills. But that's obviously not what ended up happening. So we pick up the 2-0 win, which unfortunately does not lock us into first place. We're going to be 10-2 plus 27. Sohan can still catch us fairly comfortably. Again, he plays Joe, Lanturn Joe this week. I'm fairly confident that is going to be a 6-0 for Sohan, unless Joe pulls something out of his ass and manages to pick up some kills, because we are only 5 differential ahead of Sohan. So if Sohan 6-0s, then he will. If Sohan 5-0s or 6-0s, then he will pass us in the standings because he's got the head-to-head, which I'm actually not sure the sort factors in. So I would actually lead him alphabetically if he's 5-0, but yeah, the sort doesn't factor that in, and I'd have to talk to Sohan about what he wants to do in that scenario. Because I'd imagine a head-to-head is the tiebreaker, but if it is alphabetical, then I guess we could still have a chance at first. Regardless, we lock ourselves into a top 2 seed, which is what I wanted to dodge the shit out of Sohan. We actually might not. If we fall into 2nd seed, actually it's impossible for us to fall into 2nd seed unless Sohan passes us. So if B-Ball passes us, we can't fall into 2nd seed. Or sorry, if B-Ball wins and passes Sohan, and Sohan drops to 3rd, then we can't fall out of 1st seed. But if Sohan's the one who wins, then I can fall into 2nd seed. B-Ball can't pass me at any stage here. So if Sohan's the one that wins, then B-Ball is going to is going to be locked into 3rd seed. And I'd rather not match up against him necessarily in like a 2v3 matchup 2nd round, but that might end up being what happens. So yeah, lots of playoff talk, lots of stuff going on with playoffs. I'm not entirely sure who my opponent is right now. I played this week 12 match like right as the week started on the Sunday, because Easter's coming up this week and I didn't really have time to play it after that. But yeah, you guys will find out in the team builder, which will be when I find out who my playoff opponent is. And hopefully we'll have a nice deep playoff run here. I'm really happy to make playoffs. I'd love to, at the very least, make semis. That's kind of my goal whenever I make playoffs, is at least win 1 round. But I probably won't be content without a championship here, just based on my regular season performance. I played out of my mind most of this season, and despite some close matches and some close losses, I think we pulled out a very successful season. Obviously, we kind of avoided most of the top half of the league, and we played a lot of the bottom half of the league. In fact, of the 8 teams that did not make playoffs, we played 7 of them in our season. So there's a few playoff opponents here where we, well, I guess including me, there's 2 playoff opponents that we didn't play in B-Balno and Ryan. And at the moment, they're matching up against each other round 1. So as much as I really hate rematches, I've got a couple ideas for a few of the rematches here. Obviously, I played 2 of the opponents in rematches or I played 2 of them in the regular season where I memed, so that's fun, and myself is in there, so that's 3 knocked out there. And then I lost to Lux, I lost to Sohan. I have ideas for different builds for both of them, so that's 5. I didn't play 2 of them, that's 7, and then Mike was my week 1 opponent. I'm not sure if I could throw necessarily any more curveballs that one, but I did make a change or 2, so it might be a little bit easier this time around with Drapion instead of Laurentis, who knows. Yeah, that's going to be for me, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. It's a lot shorter than the team builder was, but it was only a 17 turn battle, so not much more you can expect out of that one. Again, hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys for playoffs in the WPL.